Welcome to Alert Tales, where we dive deep into the most gripping stories of real-life experiences. If you love tales that evoke emotion, spark conversation, and connect us all, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community for more captivating stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat.
I'm starting to realize that people have been seeing me as stupid for my whole life. I live in a country where it is not the norm to continue pursuing higher education after the age of 16 to 18. Most people decide to specialize in different professional careers without even going to a type of high school which you need to complete in order to go to university. We finish high school at around age 20. My goal has always been to reach as far in education as I can, with a doctorate's degree being my finish line. I am currently in my last year of my STEM bachelor's course, and the only reason I made it this far is because I'm a very hard worker. I am surrounded by people who are just so smart that they don't need to study nearly as much as I do in order to pass exams. They just understand things without trying too hard. I've always been a slightly above average student, nothing special at all. I, however, used to see myself as a smart person regardless, who is good at maths and certain subjects that interested me in particular. The more time passes, the more I'm coming across situations where I'm just left feeling like my brain just doesn't work as efficiently as it should. I am extremely slow at everything. I often get confused with stupid things. My friends always seem to be waiting for the moment where I say something dumb and they can go, actually, it's like they're just constantly waiting to prove me wrong about something and then follow that up with me going, oh, and they laugh and sigh, saying my name obnoxiously. I've always dealt with people behaving with me like this, and I thought maybe I'm just a bit absent-minded. The fact that I have social anxiety when meeting new people also doesn't help at all. Recently, people have been getting more and more comfortable with just making the fact clear that I'm always lost. It really must come across as dumb to others, when in my brain, the moment someone hints that I've understood something wrong or got confused, I immediately catch on to it and realize what the mistake is and how stupid it was. But to others, I probably just look like a drooling idiot who never has any clue about anything. It's also obvious because people always go out of their way to say something to me that I already know, but they assume I don't, and I just say I know that, feeling a little annoyed that they have such little faith in me. There was a little argument recently in my family because my younger siblings in school don't feel like studying much, but they typically pass without putting too much work into it. I said, let's see if you even make it to uni, because it takes so much hard work. My dad, who is a brutally honest person, responded something along the lines of, well, they're both very smart. It's clear they don't need to work as much as you do to make it to uni. Basically saying, I'm dumber than them. I can't lie and say that didn't sting, even though deep down I know he's right. Since then, I'm just realizing every day more and more that, to others, I'm stupid. I guess I'm having a hard time coping with that fact, since, as a teen, I really thought I wasn't. Besides, you don't need to be smart to get a PhD. People always say you don't need to be smart to succeed. But it still doesn't sit right with me, and I wish I was born with a better brain. Edit. It's only been an hour, but all the replies I'm getting are very heartwarming, and I just want to say I'm very, very thankful to everyone who's taken the time to read my post and respond in an uplifting way. I'd like to respond individually, but I'm in my lunch break and don't have time to at the moment. Just wanted to say thanks so much. Your comments made me feel much better. 3.
I saved a kid's life today, but I feel awful. I was outside smoking when I saw him booking it down the sidewalk, and then his mom, a second later, running and shouting after him. He couldn't have been more than 4. I don't even know if I had time to think before I was on my feet, sprinting down the road in my socks. I've never been so fucking terrified in my life. I live on a busy road that breaks off of a highway leading from the border into town, so there's a lot of traffic and a lot of people speeding down the street. There were so many things running through my mind at once, but mainly that if I didn't get to him in time, the chances of him being hit were pretty high. I was genuinely trying to mentally prepare myself in case I had to jump in front of a car to save this kid. Suddenly, my physical capabilities could be the difference between someone's life and death, or at least injury, which I wasn't emotionally prepared for in the slightest. I was scared, but I moved faster than I ever have in my life. I didn't think I was capable of doing that, and I don't think I could do it again, unless the circumstances were the same. I'm physically disabled and have a bad leg from an accident from when I was young, so I wasn't confident I could catch him. But I knew that I had to. No matter what, I had to catch him. I caught up to him just as he was about to cross through another road. Thankfully, he turned around, and when he saw me, he froze. I think seeing a grown man he didn't know barreling towards him at full speed scared him. And I'm just glad he didn't start running in the other direction. I brought him back to his mom, who wasn't far behind, and she was almost inconsolable, understandably so. She thanked me profusely, and I offered to walk her back to one of her family members who was waiting up ahead. She accepted, and it took everything I had in me to keep my composure until I got back into my own home, and I just broke down and cried.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't been there.
I've had daydreams about saving someone's life before. I think everyone does once in a while. It's much different in reality, though. My girlfriend said I was somebody's hero today, but I don't feel like it. I don't feel proud. Maybe I can't because I'd have to acknowledge how dire the situation was. I don't know. I can't stop thinking about what could have happened if I didn't catch up to him. I can't get his mum's terrified face out of my head. I can't imagine what she's feeling right now. I just know it's probably worse than whatever I'm dealing with. It feels wrong to take pride in it when this might be one of the worst days of her life. Maybe I'm being too hard on myself, but this is not something I have ever experienced. I don't even know what I should be feeling. I don't know what the correct response here is. I've gone from being overwhelmed with dread to just feeling numb, detached, and sore. I'd do the same thing again in a heartbeat, but I really hope I never have to again. Wow, I crashed last night shortly after posting this and just woke up. Thank you all so much for your concern, comments, words of kindness, and stories. It's been a little overwhelming, but they really have helped. My brain still feels like soggy bread and my body is screaming at me, but I'm a little more emotionally sound, I think. I did play some Tetris shortly afterwards, and I'm going to be calling my therapist soon to make an appointment. I had actually just gotten out of a particularly intense EMDR session, only about 40 minutes before the incident occurred. It seemed so inconsequential compared to what followed at the time. But I know that had a heavy impact on my emotional state too. I probably wouldn't have decided to call my therapist about this honestly, but you've all given me the kick in the ass I needed to do so. Thank you. I still don't know what I'm feeling, but I'm trying to be okay with that now. I won't be able to respond to everybody, but I appreciate them all the same.
It sucks being seen as a predator. I know this is posted pretty often, just want to vent. I went to Walmart wearing an open black zip-up hoodie with a Superman shirt underneath. I was walking out carrying my big box of cat litter and a frozen pizza. There was an elderly woman in front of me, pushing her cart out slowly. Normally I get a little annoyed when people walk really slowly in front of me, but the litter was heavy, so it didn't matter this time. As we were walking, I was about 6 feet behind her and she kept glancing backwards. I clocked it, but didn't immediately think she was looking at me. Then when we got close to the exit, she veered out of the exit path and went to the greeter, looking over her shoulder again and making eye contact with me, eyes wide. I kept walking and I heard her say, "I'm just going to wait here for a bit because of that man." I think she was trying to be out of earshot, but I heard it. I know that she and all other women are the actual victims, and they shouldn't have to worry about that. I know I shouldn't take it personally. It's just really frustrating to have people's first response to you be fear. This got a lot more attention than I wanted, but I guess that's what I get for posting. A few people have commented saying I shouldn't blame the woman, and I just want to be clear, I do not blame her or any woman for reacting to me this way. Just because my feelings are hurt does not mean I am discounting the experiences of women. I have been with my partner for 7 years now, and she still jumps if I walk into a room too quietly. I have 2 sisters who I've defended from harmful men many times, and one of them had a daughter who I love more than life itself. I have a lot of empathy for women, and I know that their lives are more difficult by default. Understanding that doesn't get rid of the pain I feel knowing that I am untrustworthy, unwanted, and scary by default. I hope I didn't anger anyone, and I'm sorry if I did. I just wanted to vent about the experience because I feel extremely aware of how people perceive me wherever I go. Please be kind to each other in the comments. Thanks.